Hey guys, Shane here with One Shift at a Time. How are you doing? Hope you guys are having a great one. And we're here. It's week 5. We're doing the NFL Power Rankings. Only a couple weeks away from the NHL Power Rankings start dropping, so do keep your eye out for that. But as we are in the NFL, let's get her going with number 10. And they're back on the list after being away for 2 weeks. We have the Green Bay Packers. And they look like that first game in week 1 against the Saints was kind of the anomaly, as they've really strung together some great wins over Detroit, San Francisco, and Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is really starting to look like himself again after that. I don't know what it was in week 1. I think maybe all the drama in the offseason affected him, but he is back and he is the bad man that we all expect. And we're going to probably see them continue to roll against the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals are up 3 games to 1, or 3 wins, 1 loss, but I don't think they're going to be in the same atmosphere as the Packers. I think they've got a win there. Number 9, and down 2 spots, even though they got the win this week, we have the Cleveland Browns. And just Baker Mayfield had a very bad game, and I couldn't move them up or even keep them in the same place in the power rankings when the quarterback has a game like that. Luckily, they have an insane run game and really good D, so they were able to keep the Vikings, which, I mean, this should have been a much bigger win. The Vikings, I wish I could put them on the power rankings, but they're losing their games, even though they're right in all their games. They have not been blown out once. Every game, they're right in it, so it's unfortunate, but only wins and losses count. Back on the Cleveland, though, they have a big game this week as they take on the Chargers, who are playing some good football. So that'll be a test. Need a bounce back from Baker Mayfield. Number 8, and also down 2 spots, we have the Baltimore Ravens. And honestly, in this one, again, it's the QB. The consistency out of Lamar Jackson has not been there yet. He has shown signs of being as brilliant as we all know he can be, but then in other games he just looks absolutely pedestrian. So you never know what Lamar Jackson's going to show up. I think he's going to be good this week. They do go against the 1-3 Colts, so they have a great chance to really win this one. I'd like to see Lamar having a better game with the throw game. His run is insane. He's one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. He needs to work on the throwing and get it back to the form that he's had previous. Number 7, the Raiders, man, they lost a convincing game to the Chargers, which drops them 5 spots to number 7. Carr definitely had an off game, and the defense, man, what defense! Carr was looking just very stressed in the pocket. He was not having very much time to get rid of the ball. He was under stress right away, so got to put some of the blame on the offensive line there. But I don't know. We'll see how they do. They're looking to bounce back as they do go against the Bears this week. So that is a very winnable game. We'll see how Carr reacts. A lot of times this can really show how a quarterback is how he bounces back from an off game. And then number 6, dropping 5 spots, we do have the Los Angeles Rams. And Matthew Stafford, he looked human out there. And the Rams D looked like absolute trash. So I don't know. They're going into their game against Seattle this week, and I think this could be an absolutely crazy game. I am expecting a very high-scoring affair, as both the Rams and Seattle have really good offenses and really bad defenses. So look for a high-scoring affair. It should be a great game to watch, but not if you're a fan of good defense. And in number 5, up another 3 spots, we have the surprising Dallas Cowboys, and they are playing some good football. They put up a good fight against the Bucks in game 1, and honestly, if that game took place now, I think they would beat the Bucks, just the way they're playing compared to the way the Bucks are playing. But other than that, they've run the table up to this far with the Chargers. I mean, that's a huge game. The Eagles and the Panthers. I mean, the Panthers were undefeated when they came up against them. So this should be an easy win this week, as they do have the New York Giants. So just I think Dak's going to get this confidence, and he's looking like he did before the injury. Ezekiel Jackson, he decided to show up the last 2 games, so he's really starting to run the ball well. And if that happens, Ezekiel Elliott, did I say Jackson? Oops, Ezekiel Elliott. Anyway, great run game, and we'll see. I think they're going to really pound the Giants, and they'll probably move up the rankings a bit. Again, number 4 down another spot this week, we have the Bucks. Not the big win that everyone expected when Tom Brady went back into Foxborough. The rain really seemed to affect him. He did not seem himself in the throw game. In fact, he ran for a first ball down, and I'm sure you've seen the meme where he's like even he was surprised at what a great run he had there. But when you have a defense like the Bucks have, you're going to win a lot of games. They held the Patriots, to -1 rushing yards. That's insane. They didn't even rush for a single yard in the game. In fact, they lost a yard. So when you have a deal like that, you're going to win a lot of games. We all know Tom Brady's going to bounce back. So we'll see. They do have a good match this week. So we'll see how if they can continue it going. Number 3, we have moving up 2 spots, the Buffalo Bills. And they dominated the Houston Texans this week. It was a 40-0 affair, and you know what? That first week loss against the Steelers is definitely looking like an abnormality, just like the Green Bay Packers' first week loss. I guess they're just a little anxious to start the season. Josh Allen is looking absolutely insane. He's looking like an elite QB. This is his second season now looking like it, and I think he's going to be into the MVP race with the quarterback he's going against this week, and that is the Chiefs. Mahomes and the Chiefs. So we'll see how that week or that matchup goes. I'm expecting the Chiefs to be angry and come back because they're really not playing the best football. But the Bills can really put their foot on their throat and put the Chiefs down in a really tight space if they can win. And rocketing up 6 places, we have the LA Chargers, who are just playing some insane football. They knocked off the Raiders on Monday night. And honestly, they won that game even though it was a home game with an away crowd. The crowd was pretty quiet the first 2 quarters. The third quarter, when Vegas started to make their push, you could really hear the crowds, and it became very apparent that 80% of the fans in SoFi Stadium were Raiders fans, not Chargers fans, but they were still able to control it. And they looked in control from the beginning to the end in this one. There doesn't really seem to be a doubt. As I said, the Raiders did put a little bit of a push, but as soon as they did, they're like, well, let's go up by 2 scores again. So it seemed like they were totally unfazed, and it's going to be a great match with the Browns coming up this week. We're really going to see who's the real team there. And right now, I put my money on the Chargers over Mayfield right now, but we'll see. And in number 1, flying up 9 spaces from 10th to 1st, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Wow. I have been underestimating this team. They perhaps should have been on the power rankings in week 2, week 3. I put them on there last week because they were 3-0, and then they came in and absolutely destroyed the Rams. That was a great game. They made Matthew Stafford look average, as I said. They just tore up their D, and they want to keep things rolling. They have a very good chance to do that because they have the San Francisco 49ers coming up this week. So let me know what you think. How's your rankings? How's your team doing? If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, share it around. You know the drill. Thanks as always. You guys have a great one, and we'll see you in the next episode.